I'm listening to the book of the day, or the book of the week right now, called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. All the secrets to getting rich and being successful in life have already been discovered, and they're not that difficult, but I think the problem is that most people just don't want to take that path because they're afraid and they make up excuses for themselves. So what he says in the book is basically that, we know what we need to do, and if we don't, then we know that we need to go and learn how to do those things. And in order to be rich, we shouldn't ask ourselves, do we want to be rich, or do we want to be successful in whatever we're doing? But rather, are we willing to pay the price that it costs? Do we want to learn how to be that successful, or do we just want to be that successful? Because a lot of people have this taker mentality where they'll think, I deserve to be rich. And this is a byproduct of, you're raised by your parents and they are responsible for you, and they never make the proper transition to feeling responsible for themselves. So in a way, they're sort of still mental children, having not grown up to be self-responsible, able to respond for themselves and taking responsibility for where they are in their lives. So Brian Tracy asked somebody, what's the secret to success? And I forget who it was, but he told him there's 3 things you got to do. So 1, you got to figure out what success means to you. 2, you got to sort of figure out what the price tag of that is. And then 3rd, you have to do everything in your power to pay that price. And the thing about success is that you have to pay it up front. It's not going to give you success until you've earned it. Anybody who wants to get started on this upward spiral, would find a lot of benefit from his ideas in the book. And really, the takeaway is the secrets to success and financial freedom and living a fabulous lifestyle. They're already out there. People have written about them for thousands of years. Even Marcus Aurelius was talking about this stuff. Napoleon Hill. I'm very fortunate that I started reading up on Napoleon Hill when I was about, I think I was 19. And it's a continuous process. A simple step that he mentions in the book too is something like waking up 2 hours before any appointment and then spending those 2 hours productively, whether that's reading about your field, reading a book, reading audio, or listening to audio programs. If you read just an hour a day, or listen to an audiobook about an hour a day, you'll have read a book every single week. That's 52 books a year. That's 520 books in 10 years. Now, in 10 years, that's an actual 10 years is going to come, and it's going to come pretty quick. And if you've read 520 books on things that are going to help you in your career or your life, that's a very powerful advantage. So in conclusion, No Excuses by Brian Tracy. It really forces you to look at yourself and light a fire under your own ass and do some things that are going to help you in your life. Be happier, healthier, wealthier. Check it out. By the way, it looks nice out here, but it's like -10. Look, there's a little lonely iceberg